Another important element of a supportive classroom environment is to provide proper recognition of student effort and achievement. Students need to know that you notice when they put forth proper effort and when they succeed. Remember, this is all part of the topic of motivation. How can we get our students motivated to learn what they need to learn? Proper recognition is an important aspect of that motivation. But the key word there is proper recognition. If we do it in the wrong way, it can be counterproductive and can very well decrease student motivation. There are three main recommendations in this area. First, promote a mastery goal orientation. Second, provide praise that is specific and aligned with expected performance and behaviors. And third, use concrete symbols of recognition. Let's break these down a bit more. First, promote a mastery goal orientation. What does this mean? Well, the focus of your recognition needs to be on specific, defined goals. Direct student effort toward those goals and give recognition in terms of the goals. This is in contrast to focusing on comparative performance between students. Let's use another analogy from sports. If I'm a runner and I'm comparing myself to Usain Bolt, I'm eventually going to get discouraged. There's no way I can run at that level no matter how hard I try. Soon, I'll just give up. If all I'm measured by is, are you as fast as Usain Bolt? But what if my measurement is not, am I as fast as Usain Bolt, but is my time today better than my time last week? Or maybe I've set a goal of being able to run in the Peachtree Road Race. So I train and work with my distance gradually increasing, so I build up to being able to handle 6.2 miles in the middle of summer. So what if I can't run the race in the same time as the skinny guy from Kenya? That's not my goal. I want to be able to finish the race. There's always going to be someone who can run faster than me. And if I keep training and improving, most likely he's also going to keep training and improving, and he will still be faster. So I'm never going to catch up to him. But if my focus is on that comparison, I'm going to get discouraged and give up trying. So in the classroom, don't have students comparing themselves to one another. Things like, Johnny finished his speed drill first today. Mary got the highest grade on the test. Billy wrote the best essay on the life of Olivier Messiaen. The group with the highest score gets an extra 10 minutes of recess. You see, there's only going to be one first or highest or best, and everyone else is a failure. Instead, focus on specific goals, such as, we want to get through with the speed drill in 30 seconds today. Or, our goal is to be able to recite John 3:16 in Greek. Or, we're working toward you getting at least a 4 on the AP Music History exam. Or, each group that gets at least 90 on the President's Worksheet will get an extra 10 minutes of recess. Now, those of you who, like me, are more of a conservative political bent might think that students need that competition. They need to realize there are winners and losers, and we don't want to do the equivalent of giving out participation trophies to everyone. But my contention is that the learning process is not essentially a competition between students, and we shouldn't make it one. Students should not see their educational work as being one of beating everyone else. School should not be a place where we have one winner and a bunch of losers. Now, I have no problem with that approach in other areas of life. Sports competitions, your team wins, the other one loses. That's the way it is. Business decisions are like that as well. For example, Coca-Cola wants to be the #1 soft drink brand. But the teaching-learning process is not a place where we want one winner and a bunch of losers. We genuinely want everyone to win, to succeed at learning. And the way that's done is by keeping students focused on achieving goals. As long as those goals are stretching the students and moving them toward continued growth, we should want to see everyone win and succeed. If all our students get a trophy or get an A, we should rejoice, as long as the goals they are reaching are worthy goals. Okay, down off my soapbox now. Now this mastery of goals, this focus on mastery of goals, allows for proper differentiation in the classroom. Perhaps Billy can get the speed drill done in 30 seconds, but Johnny is still struggling, so you encourage Johnny to finish in 60 seconds. Or you have him chart his speed, with the goal being to improve. That's still a goal. Improvement is a good goal. By the end of the week, I want you to be able to complete the speed drill 10 seconds faster than you do it now. The point is that you focus students on a definite goal rather than on comparing them with others. Now, the positive recognition, the praise that we give, needs to be specific and aligned with expected performance and behaviors. This is one key to making sure our recognition and praise is not counterproductive. Your praise has to be seen as sincere, not too flowery or effusive, and not too frequent. Don't do things like this. Mary, you added 2 plus 2 and you got 4. Well, I've never seen a second grader so smart and talented as you. I bet you'll grow up to be a rocket scientist. That's such great work. Billy, you got 4 also. You must have studied all night, and I bet your parents are bragging on you all the time. Soon I won't have anything left to teach you. The children see through this, and they think you're probably nuts. If they don't want to have you sent to the asylum, they at least quickly learn to ignore your praise, and they see it as insincere. They know better. They know they're not the smartest second graders in the history of the world, and they just think you're crazy. Praise is best when it's rare but sincere. Second, recognition and praise must not be given just to manipulate others. The typical way this is done is in classroom management plans, where the teacher might say, "I like how Billy is sitting up straight and tall." See, the teacher isn't generally trying to praise Billy so much as she's trying to get other students to sit up straight so they can get praised as well. Now, I disagree with a lot of Alfie Kahn's work, but I think he hits the nail on the head here. We mustn't use Billy as a tool to get our class in line. And then what happens on the playground? The other boys say, "Oh, look, there's little sits up straight dorky Billy." Now, of course, there might be times when something similar to this is appropriate, such as if Billy normally has a hard time sitting up straight and listening. If he's finally showing progress in this area, the teacher might go to him and say, "Billy, I'm so glad you're sitting up straight and tall today. It helps you work better." But the thing is, you're doing that so Billy will be praised, not to try to get other kids to fall into line. We've touched on this earlier, but your recognition and praise needs to be focused on specific learning objectives. So don't say, "Johnny, you wrote an outstanding paper." That doesn't really help Johnny see how he met the goals. Instead, say, "Johnny, you did an outstanding job developing your opening thesis." You see, if Johnny doesn't know what he did that was good, just that vaguely he had a good paper, and he doesn't know what to keep and build on. But if you're specific and tie your praise to learning objectives, then Johnny knows that he met the educational goals and he knows what he's doing right so he can keep doing it. Finally, your praise and recognition is often best given in private. This is especially true as the students move into middle and high school. Students easily get embarrassed by praise in front of their peers. So you might just go stand next to Johnny's desk and quietly say, "Johnny, your opening paragraph really makes your thesis plain." Or you see Billy as class is dismissed and say, "Billy, I appreciate how you kept your hands to yourself today." And that avoids the tendency to use public praise to manipulate other students by praising one of them. Finally, at times, judiciously, you might give concrete or tangible symbols of recognition. Again, this somewhat depends on the age of the students, but things like stickers, badges, treats, coupons like a homework pass, these can be used to provide recognition. You could say, "Everyone who gets an 85 or better on the spelling test tomorrow will get a homework pass." In fact, with technology, there are digital badges you can give to students. So when a student finishes a unit in the course, he gets a new digital badge. Just don't do these all the time. If you do, soon students will be doing their work just for the treat, and they won't work if there's not a treat involved. So often it's good if it's something unexpected. You might say, "You know what? You all finished your long division worksheet so well that I'm going to give you all a sticker." And this can be helpful especially for tasks that don't have an obvious intrinsic value. For example, if you're a musician, a good concert performance is its own reward. But practicing an hour a day isn't inherently obvious, especially to a beginning student. So the music teacher might give some type of treat for students who achieve that goal in practicing. Again, make these rewards non-competitive. Don't have things like the first one to finish his worksheet gets an ice cream cone, but everyone who finishes his worksheet in 10 minutes and gets at least a 90 on it gets an ice cream cone. This way, it's something that everybody can achieve. So this has been the second element in creating the environment for learning, reinforcing student effort and providing suitable recognition for success. In the next lesson, we're going to look at cooperative learning as a means of creating a suitable learning environment.